I just wanted to talk about Midnight Mass, uh, the limited series. I don't know when it came out. I actually pulled it up so I could have some facts. What a crazy show. It got 7.7 on IMDb and 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. First of all, when it opened up, I immediately thought the makeup was, I was like, oh, those are young people with old people's makeup on. You could just tell. It was so obvious. I'm like, those people are the same age. It seems like in 2022, they should be able to do makeup where you couldn't tell. But you know what? This might not have been made in 2022. Okay, so Hamish Linklater is the main character who plays the priest. Kate Siegel plays the pretty lady. I don't know. Zach Gilford plays Riley Flynn. They were three of everybody was kind of had a major part. Um, okay, so that was my first thought was there's young people and then they have them in old people makeup. So obviously something's going to happen. So when Hamish Linklater as the priest shows up, I predicted pretty soon total spoilers. I predicted that he was him younger. It didn't take me any time to figure that out. Um and then oh wow, that one lady was amazing. The creepy priest, the nun, Samantha Sloyan, man, she was good. She played Bev. Ooh, she was creepy. So I suspected that she poisoned the dog. Well, everybody suspected it. But then I also suspected she was putting something in the wine because I saw her put away a bottle of it. But my friend didn't catch that. It's kind of fun to watch these kind of shows with someone so you can talk about it as it's going. Um, Nobody really knew what was going on. And then that, like, angel, that was creepy. That was super creepy. What I did kind of like, there's so much Bible verse throwing around and so many hymns being sung and all this. But what I liked about it was that, from my understanding, the first Bible was pretty violent. Obviously, I don't know the Bible inside and out or anything, but it was pretty intense. So, this angel and the kind of things that are happening, it's kind of interesting to for them to make a movie of what that might have actually been like and how Bev would just be grasping at all these quotes that just fed what she was trying to do. It seems like no matter what point somebody was trying to make, they were able to find a quote out of the Bible that backed up what they were trying to do, like whether it was bad or good. I thought that was interesting. Um, so then da da da. So I'm guessing that all the dead cats that's where the angel was hanging out and it was just eating all those cats, which is pretty gross. Um and then trying to think of what else. Yeah, then she was putting the poison away, so when everybody started getting younger, okay, he was putting something in the sacrament, which I guess was angel blood, and the angel blood is what made everybody get younger. But that was a little confusing because, so I guess if I'm jumping ahead, sorry, whatever. This is so unofficial. I'm guessing that if a person who had been taking the sacrament that had the angel blood in it, that they, even if they died, they would come back to life. That's what I thought. But It seems like you have to be bitten, and then the person who bit you has to feed the blood back into you, and that's why you're alive. That got a little confusing because um, when everybody went haywire in the church, those people had been drinking the uh, whatever you call it when you do communion. They had been doing that. So I don't understand why they didn't pop back up like everybody else. I really don't like vampire movies, and it really just kind of turned into a vampire movie. And I don't like what I call chasing and shooting movies where people are just running away and people are chasing them. I feel like, it's just fight scenes. I don't know. So I know I'm skipping ahead a lot. There's a lot of, if you think this is boring, there's a lot of long speeches in this movie that might bore you to tears, almost like you're stuck in church. Like, it's yikes. I thought one of the best scenes in the movie was when they were all holding the candles and walking and singing, because the music was beautiful. Um, and I thought that was a nice scene where it's dark and they're walking and they're singing and they know something really big is going to happen, and it's kind of cool. There's a lot of blood, a lot of fire, catching a lot of things on fire. That was really, I mean, honestly, I don't see why everybody all of a sudden knew that when the sun came up that they were going to burn. Oh, well, I don't know why everybody knew that. I knew that the priest knew that he got burned and he figured it out. So then Bev would know, but I don't really remember them ever explaining to everybody, "Oh, we have to be inside before sunrise or we're all going to burn up and die." I don't feel like that conversation ever happened. But like, they probably could have dug holes if they really wanted to live, but I think everybody was just in shock. But I'm surprised Bev didn't think of that sooner, because she's pretty self-centered, and it seems like she would have figured, I mean, it seems like they could have figured something out to get out of the sun. But it was like the longest waiting for a sunrise I can possibly imagine. Um, let's see. Then, trying to think of things that were not explained that you're like, what? That doesn't match up. There was a couple of things where I was like, wait a minute. I can't think of them now. I mean, it was a 7-part series. It's not like I'm reviewing a 2-hour movie. I don't know how long I watched this thing. I did it straight through, though. So then at the end, that girl says, I can't feel my legs, so I guess her miracle was reversed. But I don't really understand why. Was she taking communion? She was taking communion. So I guess you don't die unless somebody kills you, and then there's no reason to come back. Maybe her communion blood or whatever just kind of fizzled out. So then her miracle went away. I don't know. That's kind of weird and different. That movie was bonkers. It didn't have any humor in it. I kind of like really gory movies when they are kind of funny. Like, I thought Midsummer was funny. This wasn't funny. I really don't. I can't imagine who wrote this. Like, what are they thinking? And why did it have to be vampire? I guess they had to come up with something with blood, so whatever. I guess the neck is as good a place as any. I mean, it was good. But the church, I really liked the church. That was a cool building. It was good and it was gross. I just wonder what the person was thinking. Like, why? Why? Because it seems like whoever made this movie has really strong thoughts on Christianity and religion. So I just kind of wonder where they're coming from with it. And just like that, to have the Muslim character thrown in there as obviously a really good guy, it was just interesting. I mean, obviously, I'm talking about it for ad nauseum, so I liked it enough to want to. I haven't done one of my ridiculous movie reviews in a really long time. I think I might have started doing them during COVID, but there's no excuse for me doing this right now. I just wanted to talk about it. Okay.